Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday night. You know the settings by now. We are live on Red Men 2. I am your host, Errol. I have got the lads from the Red Cartel with me. We've got a couple of sad faces in the building today. We've got a happy face hiding behind Sarcasm City's thumb there. And I'm sure that, look, see, right on cue, you the dog. Big up man like Flawless, big up man like Connor in the building, Tom Little in the building, and Dan Potts. We are the Red Cartel. We are going to bring you some Friday night vibes tonight. And to be honest with you, boys and girls at home, there is no place that I could start this show tonight other than humble settings, no humble bragging, just bringing it back and being grounded, down to earth, and asking these Arsenal fans now, right in front of me, where did it all go wrong this season for Mikel Arteta and his lads? I'll open it up to either of you two, and then others can kind of come in and give their 2 pence as well. But Conrad, I'll start with you. I speak to Potts a lot, but off air, I think I kind of got Potts' stance, but obviously I want to give you the opportunity to kind of address some of your thoughts and feelings first. I know you're fighting back the tears as well, so
mate, let's not do that. We discussed this. This is a personal mishap. Where did it go wrong for us? 2 things I've said about the injuries time and time again. Obviously, it just sounds like excuses, but it makes a difference. And it was just not signing the players that we need. Our squad depth was too small. Players were overplayed, overworked. It was hard to keep up that same level of intensity for the whole season, and no replacements when those players got injured, and no out-and-out striker. I think those are the biggest things that affected our season, personally.
Okay. Dan, you've heard what Connor thinks. FB and Hubble champions. Big up, bro, big up. Yeah, there might be a couple extra Spurs fans on that date. But Potts, you've heard what Connor thinks. Are you of the same opinion? Do you believe the injuries have been an impact and a factor? Do you believe the squad depth has simply not been good enough, and squad preparation or squad management hasn't been good enough? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it went wrong when we signed Raheem Sterling on deadline day, personally. But that's another story. Look, I didn't think we'd win anything this season when I saw the transfer window in the summer. I knew we weren't going to win anything when I saw it in January. I think the owners and the board are a disgrace at this football club and have shown zero ambition for the last 2 decades, which is, funny enough, the last time we won a Premier League. And I think this season, Mikel Arteta has shown that he has got so much PTSD and fear that he doesn't want to go and try and win games. He's quite happy to sit and relax and keep the draws, which is why he's an artist this season, because he loves to draw. And if I'm honest with you, bro, you can't win a league if you're going to go and draw 14 games or whatever it is. I don't think he's got nowhere near. I believe we should replace him with somebody who actually can do the job to get us across the line. People think that getting to 2 semi-finals and second place is a great achievement. It ain't in my book. Because you don't leave with nothing. I don't think if you look in the history books, anybody can tell me in the last 5 seasons who got to 2 semi-finals and second place. If you can really off to me, like quickly, who's come second and got semi-finals, no one remembers that shit. Everyone remembers who wins Premier Leagues. Everyone remembers who wins Champions Leagues. And people might think it's harsh because, oh my God, you didn't thought he was going to have to win the Champions League or get sacked. Nah, I thought he had to win a trophy. And because of him, it's the only trophy he could have won. So, yes, he needs to be sacked. And he won't be.
Can I ask you a quick question just on that then? In a world where you beat Newcastle in the League Cup, then beat Liverpool to the League Cup trophy this season, and then still finish second and go on to get knocked out by PSG in a semi-final, would you have been a little bit more centre of this argument?
100%. All I've asked is for a trophy. I've not asked for him to win a treble. I've not asked for him to do a double. I've not asked for him to just win the Premier League. I've asked for him to just deliver a trophy by now.
With his squad, with his squad
that he spent £700 million on, Errol, yes. So when people say to me, is this squad really good enough to win a Champions League with Mourinho up top? Possibly not. Is it good enough to go all the way in the Premier League with a squad depth with Sterling and Zinchenko and Man? Probably not. Well, first of all, that's probably his fault because all those players I've said are his signings. But 2, I've not asked him to go and win Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. I've just asked him to deliver a trophy. which Eddie Howe's managed to do with Newcastle, which Pep Guardiola or Glasner are probably going to do, which Amorim or Ange are going to do, which, let's be real, Arnie Slot has waltzed in and go, yo, Jurgen, what was so hard, bruv? Why did it take you 9 years? It's taken me 1. Why is it so hard to go and win a trophy in 5 years? You know, he's won 2 FA Cup games since he's won the FA Cup in COVID, right? And that was against Oxford and Palace. Do me a favour. He's dumped these domestic cups in the bin because he's going for the bigger fish to fry. He can't even get the little fish over the line. What are we doing? This guy needed to win a Carabao Cup to allow winning mentality to be installed into this group of players so that he can go for the big boys. But he ain't ready to, man. Those 3 managers are elite level. Luis Enrique, Hansi Flick, and Simone Inzaghi. I'll take all 3 of them at Arsenal tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, this question here says, exactly that. Whoa, sacked. But who could you get that's better? You just
this is what I get Errol all the time. I hate this question, my bro. I cannot stand this question.
I was watching.
What are we going to get?
2 things.
There's nobody better than him. He's the only manager in the world that we can have. There's nobody better.
There's 2 things really, because I want you to say this to this audience in particular. And the other thing is, I need to get a understanding of. You've spoken to a lot of Arsenal fans since Wednesday. I need to understand where, if you had to give me a split of the in and outers, where would that split be? But pinpoint for me what you've been saying since Wednesday in respect to Arteta being Manchester City's second, assistant manager. And that whole kind of analogy of if you had to draw that situation out again, would you go for it? Do you know what I'm on about?
Yeah, I do know what you're on about. I don't get what's so hard. This manager in the last 5 years has proved he can't get over the line. Now he's done a good job to get us to a certain level. He's done a Brendan Rodgers with Liverpool. Maybe we need our Jurgen Klopp now. Maybe Mark Hughes wasn't so bad at Manchester City when he first walked in and started buying some Premier League proven players, but they needed to get Mancini to win something. Yeah. Claudio Ranieri won the league with Leicester. It wasn't so bad at Chelsea, but they needed Jose Mourinho to go and win their trophies. Maybe Arteta is a Ranieri and a Brendan Rodgers. Maybe he isn't a Klopp or a Pep, right? So when people say to me, if you sack him, who the hell are you going to get? Then you start listing all these managers that, like when Ten Hag was at Man United, well, who are you going to get? And then they start listing all managers. You can't get him. He won't come. Zidane's not going to come to England. Ancelotti, he's going to Brazil. Simone Inzaghi's not going to leave Inter Milan. Diego Simeone, he hasn't won anything in 4 years. Antonio Conte, look what he did with Tottenham. Carlo Ancelotti, look what he did with Everton. Well, hang on a minute. Carlo Ancelotti, look what he did with Everton. He finished 2 points behind Mikel Arteta. And look at the state of him now since he's gone. Antonio Conte got Spurs into the Champions League ahead of Mikel Arteta, and he's winning the Serie A with Billy Gilmore and Scott McTominay in midfield and Lukaku up top. What's wrong with these managers? They're proven serial winners. They've got a CV that says I win. Our manager does not. Yeah. So
and
this
where
is
does
what
the fan base sit now?
For me, well, the fan base yesterday, I did a vote on my channel, which a lot of people think, your channel is just very negative and it's very much hatred for Arteta, rah, rah, rah. 75% said they want him gone. 25% said we'll keep him. Now, I don't know if that's a whole of a fan base because I was quite shocked myself. I thought it was probably 60-40 in the other way, personally, and I probably stand by that. There's a hell of a lot of people. I was in Box Park at Wembley. They're like, done. I can't stick up for him anymore. Poor, pathetic. Some people are saying, give him more time. He needs a striker. He needs this, that, and the third, even though it's been taken 5 years to buy him a striker. But everyone still thinks we've got to get a striker in. Look, if I'm honest with you, right? Manchester United are a good example of this. Ten Hag goes. They don't get Amorim, forget him. They go up to Chelsea's assistant manager and they say, right, you can have 5 years. We'll give you £700 million. Don't have to win anything for that 5 years. Just make sure you give steady progress. Is Flores going to go, take some of that? No, he's not. He's going to go, give me a winning manager that can get me across the line, and I'm going to give you 2 windows or 3 windows and 500 million or whatever the hell they're going to cost. And I expect you to win me a trophy, and I expect you to get me competing in the league, because that's the bare minimum. Fine, coming second, not a problem. It's not even a bad thing. Do you know what? Come runners up. Fair play, Liverpool were too good. But at least we won the no. With us, it's like dumped out of this, dumped out of this, dumped out of this. How can we go out of all these competitions every single year, whether it's a Europa League or a Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup? Because the guy don't take it seriously because he's got his eyes on the big prize, which he can't get us across the line with. It's almost like FA Cup. No, thank you. Did that and win phase 1, mate. I'm going for this one now.
Well, that wasn't even phase 1, really, because it wasn't even his squad.
What, do you know why it weren't phase one, Errol? Because there ain't fucking phases, bruv. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all crap. These
PR, it's all
processes.
PR.
It's all absolute crap. Name me another man. Was Klopp in phase 1 and 2s and 3s and 4s? No, he just won. Yeah. It's all crap, man. Sorry, it's bullshit. It's PR and it's excuses so we don't have to win something for a few years. Well, we're only in phase 1. What do you expect? Well, it's only phase 4 and we're somehow in the title race. I'm sick of it, man. Just win me a trophy or go, man.
Well, I was going to bring in the other lads, and before I do, I remember doing your show, the 12th Man. Big up everyone in the 12th Man podcast for the Race for Europe when we do that on a Monday. And I remember almost foreshadowing the 2 scenarios of Arsenal's season this year. And I'm going to go back over the weekend and I'm going to get it. I'm going to earmark it for Sam, because I remember saying 1 or 2 things is going to happen. You're going to have the season we had in 22, 23. Am I right, Tom? Where the wheels just fell off.
Where the centre backs. We had no centre backs.
No. 22, 22 was just the midfield's legs went. And then
the midfield's legs just completely went. By October, we knew we're not in a title race no more. Arsenal have hit the ground running. They've got a lead on us, and we're nowhere near it. And all the rest of the season, you're just hoping that you can pull it together at some point and put a bit of a run together. It didn't happen. I said that could happen, or it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts for Arsenal this season. And bit by bit over the course of the season, all of the ambitions of the Carabao Cup, that'll get dashed away. The FA Cup, that'll get dashed away. You'll be too far short from the league, but you'll cling in the false hope that somebody slips up for you. That didn't happen. You'll get so far. I just thought that, to me, from an Arsenal fan perspective, I said, your fans deserve that, because the fans that we see online have got so much chest. I've got so much, I've got so much confidence and arrogance to think that they are the creme de la creme of English football sometimes, or European football. And to me, it hasn't been merited. It hasn't been deserved or earned yet. And I just kind of want to get Flawless and Tom's perspective on this for me personally. What is the biggest issue with the Arsenal lads? From the outside looking in, we've got some options. Is it the fan base and how divisive they can be at times? Is it the manager and his inability to be flexible, be humble, be able to find solutions and manage that squad depth? Or is it the ownership that, even though they have invested financially, they're still making very naive sporting decisions when you're talking about a huge, huge enterprise of the size of Arsenal?
The manager is the one for me.
Okay.
If you look at the immediate fallout to that PSG game, Mikel Arteta came out and said Arsenal are the best team in the Champions League this season. That automatically is just a man who's floundering, throwing stuff out there. Oh, where'd you hear that? Their bench told me. Oh, let's go ask the PSG manager. Did anyone on your bench tell Mikel Arteta his team are the best in the Champions League? No? Oh, so where's that come from then? And it's been throughout this season. Controlling the media is one of the biggest things, but you have to earn that respect to control the media. Mikel Arteta's talking like a manager who's got trophies to back up his claims. Yeah. He's talking like a manager who's got the silverware to fall back on and go, you want to doubt what I'm saying? This is what I've done. If he does that, now he's got a FA Cup trophy, which was won by Aubameyang, who he forced out the door straight away. The whole thing, the part that's been getting me all week, whenever I talk to Arsenal fans is, we need to give him one more chance and get him the striker. Wow, his transfer business is one of the most patchy things I've seen. You know that summer where they turned the corner and they finished second, and it was, look, Arsenal are back, Arteta's transfers and this, that, and the other, and they got Zinchenko, they got Gabriel Jesus, and they got Fabio Vieira as their 3 main signings. And in the January, they got Jorginho, Kivior, and Trossard. How many next season are going to be important pieces? None of them. 200 million quid thrown down the drain. Because he's never really bought winners.
No, he's never really bought an out-and-out anything. Every player he buys is a utility player that ends up playing in a secondary or third position.
He's got this obsession with 4 centre-backs and defence, which means a lot of the time Arsenal can get killed in wide areas because teams overload them, which is what PSG were really good at, because Hakimi pushes right up with Kvaratskhelia, and Paul Lewis Skelly had no fucking clue what to do because there was there's no other option because the defence is all lopsided. The midfield, he's so scarred from that year where they missed out in that first title challenge where they missed out that he's went the complete opposite way. Some of the football they played that first year was beautiful. It was
fearless. It was fearless.
It was the most scared I was of Arsenal. And then since that
But
point,
Pops, we've said that though, the exact same thing. That was your season to do it. That was your season to go and do it. 8 points clear. Go and do it. Just get it over the line. The ducks off your back after that. What you do after that, you can build on.
it should have been the season to do it, but it wasn't. That can happen. Man City, they want to win a treble. If there's a season where you go, you know what, there's only so much you can do, it's that one. Where it went wrong was Mikel Arteta sat there after that season and went, fuck the style of play. I want giants in midfield. I want to take away all the nice football and go for brutes and go for set piece again on LA and take away, try and get all these marginal gains at the sacrifice for the bigger overall package of football. And now they've gone too far the other way. The first time, they were a little bit too soft. They had too soft of an underbelly, but when they got going, they were incredible to watch. Now, yes, if it came down to it, I could probably see them holding on for 30 minutes if they had to. If they had to hold on to a 1-0 lead, I could see them holding on for 30 minutes. But now, they're not even getting into 1-0 leads as often as they were. They're not getting into the position to have the lead to hold on to. They've gone too far the other way. The manager's so scarred by one fuck up, by one cock up, which wasn't even arguably on him because Saliba was out for the rest of the season and he had to play fucking Rob Holding. At that point, his head's gone. And that, to me, is why I have to look at the manager. His transfer strategy has been shocking. Half the players he's bought aren't useful now because they're apparently not good enough. And his tactics, he's gone so far the other way, he looks like David Moyes at Everton. In fact, that's probably offensive to David Moyes. David Moyes played some nice football. I don't even think Arsenal play nice football now.
He ain't wrong. No, he ain't wrong.
Oh, Tom's just cooking. No, he's cooking right now. Flawless. Do you concur, or have you got a different finger that you'd be pointing the finger at?
Nah, definitely concur. Like, Tom's spot on. Anyone with a brain and two eyes can see Arteta is not good enough for Arsenal in regards to where they want to go. And people always get it misunderstood. Has he done well at Arsenal? Yes, in regards to improving them. Has he done better than general consensus when he's gone in there? Also, yes. Has he done better than I expected? Also, yes. But you don't spend that much of money to come second twice, to be in 6 semi-finals and fall short. You're there to win. And this is something he has shown time and time again that he isn't good enough to do. However, on the flip side, I also look at the ownership because they've allowed this. Nowhere else would a big six club allow a man 6 years, 700 plus million spent, and you've delivered nothing. The only managers that have served that long in the Premier League ever have all been successful. Wenger, he was at Arsenal a long time. Yes, he fell off, but at least he was successful there. Sir Alex Ferguson at my place. He had credit in the bank. This is what I'm saying. Like, them managers there didn't have credit in the bank. They were the bank. Wenger was the bank at one point at Arsenal. Same with Sir Alex when he was at OT, when he was at Manchester United, I should say. Same with Pep when he was at City as well. And Klopp when he's at Liverpool. Why does Arteta get so much credit just for improving Arsenal? Because that's one thing you hear from people who back this manager. Where was we when he took over? Which is a valid point. However, it comes a point where he has to win. Because that's what I ask people who back Arteta all the time. I say he's been here now 5 years. How much longer do you give him? And some will say 1 year, some will say 2 years more. So I'm saying you're giving a manager 7-8 years to win. You got the patience of a saint. Most football fans ain't like that, especially when you see other teams around them winning. Potts mentioned it. Newcastle winning a trophy. West Ham have won a trophy in that point. Manchester United, as bad as we've been, we've won trophies. Liverpool have won trophies. City's won trophies. Everyone's winning trophies by you. And like Tom mentioned, the football's even gotten worse. It's not even like you play great football and we go, all right, we play the best. I remember when Arsenal fans used to say that. They fall short, but hey, we play the best football in the league. Actually entertaining to watch.
You could argue it was.
You could argue, it was.
Real talk.
Definitely. They play beautiful football. So in regards to, is Arteta at fault? Yes. But I also look at the ownership because they are allowing this to happen. They could fire Arteta today if they wanted to, but they're cool with how it's gone on. And onto the fans as well. Too many of the fans are accepting of it because he's took us out of our banner era. It's like fans are just complete. Like Tom mentioned about Arteta being scarred. Arsenal fans are scarred because they've been eighth twice, because they've been the butt of the jokes. Like, winning is secondary, it seems. That's why you lot just be runners up and finishing.
We say that out of the banter here now. If they go another 2 years being the nearly men, that's another banter era. Just because
But
you
they
finish in
cool with
second
that,
doesn't
though.
make it not a banter era.
But the thing is, to me and you, Tom, we know it's a banner error, but they don't look at it that way because it's we're finishing second. We're the nearly men.
I think there's a generation of Arsenal fans as well, though, that we had Potter had this discussion before, that this is their best period that they've seen in their kind of late teens, early 20s, and they're like, actually, this brand, you know, I was there every time I was there when Wenger wasn't the Wenger that had the bank.
And this is the best it's ever been for them, so they don't look at it as banter error because they've never been to a Champions League
I feel sorry for them. You know, I could only
I
imagine
feel sorry for
being
Potts.
someone who sat there and
went,
the Potts and Connors of this world. That's what I feel sorry for. Because check this, right?
Fans,
Go on, Tom.
No, but just imagine, like you're a young lad, you're watching football, you're Arsenal through and through, and someone says, what's your best period? Oh, it's the Mikel Arteta era where we went 7 semi-finals scoring 1 goal.
But you know what? How they look at it, Tom? They look at it, it's better than being in semi-finals than being in 0. That's what it is. As much as it's the wrong lens to look at it, they look at it like we haven't been in the Champions League semi-final.
These ultra positive Arsenal fans need to be told it. You need to sit them down in the summer after another transfer window and go, Mikel Arteta has spent X amount of money, because it will be pretty much £1 billion Mikel Arteta will have spent if he gets another 200 million quid this summer.
Yeah.
Now, Arsenal fans have been clowning the fuck out of Chelsea for the last 3 years, spending £1 billion and winning nothing. Arsenal have just done that, but wasted even more of everyone's time by making it a 7-year thing where they don't win anything, rather than just 3 years.
Chelsea will be the blue milk, which is the full fat thing that still wins something. And Arsenal are the watered down red milk that is literally just water and nothing else to it.
I called them the whole milk, you know.
Yeah, I swear that. But so at the start of the season, each manager and each board and sporting directors will sit down as a collective, and based on where they are and based on their ambitions, will have projections and objectives for the season. I believe Arteta had a set of objectives or targets for this season, and would it be right in saying, Potts, he's failed across the board?
You're on mute.
You're on mute. Sorry, you're still on mute. Potts, sorry, lad.
Sorry, you say Arteta's failed across the board?
Yeah, that's what I'm posing to. Do you think he's failed?
Bro.
Okay, so if he's failed across the board, then when that end of season review comes in, at what point do the ownership go, you are a nearly man, and we can thank you for what you've done, getting us back to the relevance, getting us back to being competitive?
I think that conversation will happen at the end of next season.
Next season, okay.
Yeah, because they brought in Andrea Berta, and they're now going to give Andrea Berta time to work with him on transfers, and he's going to get next season.
Well, that's what the ownership I think he's the buffer, to be honest with you. Genuinely, yeah. I think he's the buffer between protecting the Crockies and protecting Arteta, to be able to say, look, objectively speaking, this is what's been asked of you. You've done a good job, but now I'm here. These are the real targets. These are the hard targets. If you can't hit them, I'm sorry, you are the nearly man. And you was hired on the... Lad, he gets £15 million a year. Like, himself is nearly taken out over 100 mil personal kitty.
Shocking, man.
To do a job, and at no point does he become a winner with his own team and his own tools. So I'm like you in that sense, where I genuinely think that conversation needs to happen where someone...
Would you free sack him this season? Real talk.
I would. Yeah, I would personally.
Wait, it depends which you're asking me. Wait, are you asking me as a football fan or as a United fan? So I have to ask this.
Well, as a United fan, you want him to give another 10-year contract again.
Trust the process. Trust the process, mate. You're nearly there.
Hey, Marvel had a couple dodgy phases. You'll be all right, man.
Yeah.
You know that's what it is. Marvel had a couple dodgy ones.
No, but
this is what I mean. So you all agree he needs to go, right? I'm not alone here.
No, he does.
The fact that people still backing in Potts is completely bonkers to me. I don't get it.
There's guys there saying, right, have you seen the meme where he's digging and there's a diamond there and he's that close to the diamond? Bro, he's that close to a gold-coated turd. That's what he's trying to chase after. Like, he's got more chance of getting his hands on something like that before he gets hold of a diamond, because this brother is not. And again, I'd have said it for a few years, and at first, you could have called it banter. Fine, whatever. But the longer it goes on, the more vindicated we are in the fact that he is There's nothing wrong with saying, I want you to be a winner. We said that to Brendan Rodgers. I want you to get this Liverpool team back to being competitive and winning. And he fell short. They looked at it. They assessed the options around Wales football and said, that's a certified winner. Let's go and get him because he's available. There's nothing wrong. The same way you, right? If you would have won something over the last 2 seasons, not Champions League, not Prem, might have been another FA Cup, might have been a Premier League, you would have said, I'm prepared to change my opinion based on the new evidence that's been put in front of me. There's new evidence that's been put in front of the Cronkies for the last 3 seasons now that demonstrate on different facets he is not capable of getting you over the line, whether that's a cup competition or whether that's a league campaign. So therefore, based on this new information, you have got us as far as you could possibly get us. We've got a lot of respect for it. We'll give you a good reference and P45 and care package. But we're after a winner now because we've got a squad, and football is such a short time span. You're going to run out of Saka's prime. Saka's going to get his head turned by other clubs that want to go on a win. Saliba's already looked as if he's having conversations elsewhere. Raya might not want to stay and stick around. Do you know what I mean? Trying to get players to come in is going to be another tricky situation. Right now, like, it's Arsenal sitting on their hands with the Cronkies, the way they're operating the way they are, is purely because they are just happy that the bankroll keeps coming in. I've seen a graph saying Arsenal's money pot this season for the Champions League versus Spurs' money pot or United's money pot if they win the Europa League. I'd rather have the money pot. That's how the Cronkies are seeing it.
It's like that video. Have you ever seen that video of that AC Milan fan when they sold Sandro Tonali? He's going about, we won the net spend trophy. Let's put the 70 million quid that we made, put it on the pitch next to Krunic. That'll win us football matches. That's like Arsenal this season. You know what? We're not going to have the striker. All that money we made from the Champions League, put it up front. We'll win something. No.
The Cronkies for me are a massive issue. Massive issue. Because as much as the manager is a disaster, and his comments are absolutely hilarious, by the way, after his interview, they're absolutely. I mean, if I was a neutral, he'd be the one manager I dislike the most. Let me tell you this now. I dislike him as an Arsenal fan. However, when I listen to what he's doing and how he's performing, the ownership have got to pull the plug. But they won't, because we're getting Champions League football again. The money's coming in. We've already got unbelievable amounts of money making it to a semi-final, we've just mentioned. And the day after we go out, what happens? Did you see it? What happens? Merchandise drops. Yeah. New merch.
And it's Saliba news as well, Potts.
Saliba news. Oh, he's in a contract talk. It's all PR, man. Like Gary Cottrell's outside Sky Sports, the Cologne and Colney, and Arteta coincidentally takes Win the dog for a walk. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? Like,
why the fuck do you still have that dog? Why do you still have that dog?
Because in doggy is that dog's a grown ass man, you know.
I'll tell you what, real talk, that dog would have to be put down by the time we win Sank. Trust me. Yeah, it is absolutely embarrassing to have a bloody dog. Yeah. What we got a bloody dog for? Come on, what other does Pep do this?
But you're a smart man. You've watched Arteta for how many years? What do you reckon is going to be his new gimmick this summer? So last summer it was the pickpocketers. He's going to pickpocket his own players. So it's you've got to be always scanning, like Thomas Partey was for the second goal. Before that, you had playing "You'll Never Walk Alone" during training, even though we don't sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" during the fucking football match. So then we got Pam 4-0. Good.
Yeah, we went
really good before kickoff.
Yeah, 4-0 we got pammed. That really worked. 4-0 we got pammed. Squeezing lemon into jars. Come on, let's fucking go, guys. Let's get the lemons.
I need you all connected. I need you all connected. When you're connected, the light is up. And when you're not connected, we need the electricity, guys. Connect together, light up. And he's sitting there going, what the fuck? The fucking thing you drew on the whiteboard. He's a gimmick,
how about just win me a trophy and stop squeezing lemons into jars and buying dogs? Just win me a trophy and we can forget about the dogs and the light bulbs and the lemons, yeah? Jeez, does Carlo Ancelotti do this with Jude Bellingham and co? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is happening, man? Real time. It's all crap PR rubbish, man.
He's doing everything but what he should be doing.
Just win me a trophy. I don't give a damn how you play. I don't give a damn what your hair looks like. I don't give a damn if you're the best looking Spaniard we know. Just win me a damn trophy, man. If you're ugly, or if you haven't got a dog, or if you don't like light bulbs, or if you're whatever, just win me.
The next manager on the job description for the next manager, it will read "must like dogs."
Yeah, we'll have to now. We'll have to now.
Must be good with animals.
Honestly, man, like, I couldn't believe. I just wanted
I'll
Wim
take
to
the
take a
job.
massive dump if I'm honest.
I know
outside
you
the Sky
take it. I
Sport.
know you take it, Connor.
Sick,
But like,
sick of it, man.
ladies and gents, come on. We've got people in the building tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. If you are dropping a like on the stream, share the content. Obviously, these Arsenal fans are in black because they've been dressed for a funeral, but there are still some smiles in the building as well. And we will segue across to an all-English Europa League final in Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspurs. And United have done it again, like 3 seasons on the bout, 3 finals, 3 different competitions. And ultimately, first question to you, Flawless. Would Ten Hag have got you in this position, or does Amorim deserve a portion of credit for what he's managed to achieve?
He definitely does. Amorim definitely deserves a portion of credit because no one expected us to be here, including myself. Me and you spoke before the Bilbao first leg. Yeah. I didn't expect us to go through. I thought we was going out. So I was happy, very, very happy to be wrong about that. Would Ten Hag have got us here? No, because he was managing in a horrific fashion in the Europa League. Go look, he drew his first 3 games there. 20, I think one was Fenerbahce, and I can't remember who the other one was, Porto. And it was awful. So do I believe that Ten Hag would have got us here? No. So you do have to give credit to Amorim, also have to give credit to the players. Yes, the opposition has been poor. However, we're poor opposition. So we are in no position to be talking about opposition being poor and it being easy pickings because we are the poor opposition. This is why we are where we are in the Premier League table. So yeah, I do give Amorim credit for getting us to the final. Absolutely.
And how do you feel about coming up against Spurs now? Spurs have beat you, is it twice at least this season?
3 times in a row.
3 times in a row this season. Do you think the pressure of a final will be the difference this year, or this time round, I should say?
Potentially, yeah. I'd said before the Bilbao tie, I looked at that game as our final. I said if we get past Bilbao, we'll win the competition. Despite who wins the other semi-final, I thought it would be Spurs, whether it was Spurs or Bodo Glimt. I thought we'd win. Happened to be Spurs, and I think so. Yeah, we haven't beaten them. I think it's since 2022, something like that. So we haven't beaten them in a long, long, long time. So I think we will. I think our difference makers will, and the X factors we have going forward will be the difference in this game. This is 2 teams that have struggled in the Premier League. Like the table, like numbers don't lie in this sense, and the performances don't lie.
I swear to God, Flawless. I swear to God, man. You
and this is what makes this final even great for me.
Real.
2 reasons.
God,
One,
if you dare, man. If you dare, I won't ever speak to you or any of Saeed. You can all be blocked.
I'll find you, man. You, brothers. I'll find you, man.
I'd take this worse. I'd take this result worse than I did the PSG one. If you
see, and this is what I'm talking about. Is as much as I would be extremely disappointed if we lose the final, I would be. Arsenal fans would feel worse than me. They have to back us. That's what makes this beautiful.
I can't stand Man United, man. But
yeah, I know, but you can't stand
your team. How many times have rivals had to save their shoddy arse when it comes to Tottenham? In the big moments, it's always on the fucking rivals. And never it's never Arsenal going, we'll do business. It's always us.
Ourselves, yeah. The last big finals that Arsenal have had a vested interest in, they've been supporting United and Liverpool.
Do you know what? I will say this very quickly. That Champions League final in 2019 was horrific for 60 seconds. Then I was calm. I was like, hey, there we go. We're good now. Liverpool have won. Tottenham have done a Spursy. Flawless, you must, my bro. You must.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And I do agree in regards to we must. So yeah, I'm confident going into the final, yes. Because like I said, for the things I mentioned, I think X factors, I look at Ahmad, look at Mano, Bruno can do something. I think we got enough in the final third to get past them. However, Spurs will be confident, beating us 3 times. We haven't beat this season. We haven't beaten them in a long time. They'll be confident going into the game. But yeah, I think we'll get over the line. Adding the likes of Casemiro, De Ligt, Errol's playing well. So yeah, I think we have enough.
A little upturning for Casemiro.
Mason Mount's back fit.
Yeah,
and looking good.
Mason surprised me with that. It's about time he did something. This is the first good thing he's done since he's got here. So hopefully that can continue into the final. Yeah, Casemiro's been our best player in the knockout tournament period. In the ties. These 2 against Bilbao, the ties against Lyon, the ties against Sociedad, even at times when we were struggling or wasn't playing well. he was the standout player. So yeah, with the likes of Cass and Yoros playing well, we got Mazzarari out. I think we have enough to get over the line.
Robbie
Yeah.
Savage last night, for all to say, this is
What'd he say?
Mason Mount's best 30 minutes in football. He won the Champions League in 2019. What's he talking
He
about?
got a fucking assist in that final as well. He set
Yeah.
up the winning goal.
I'm like, come on, man.
You got excited, man. You got excited. That's
I
what it
know
was.
I know that 3 people on this panel don't want this, but I so need a Tottenham win.
No,
Ange Postecoglou in that press conference, it will be the most tapped manager press conference you've ever seen. He'll walk into that press conference and slag off his own fans because he's won a trophy.
Yeah.
He'd sit there and go, "You all doubted me. You're all knobheads."
Look
He'd have a list of journalists who said shit about him. It'd be like the Benitez fact ramp with the trophy next to him.
Well,
And then
you two are going
probably
to clearly
quit.
want Man United. Sorry, but Spurs to win. Errol and Tom, I guess. You're clearly going to want United to lose, right?
I like this comment. I don't even know where the comment's gone now, but he basically said, "My head's telling me United will do it, which is the same, but my heart wants Spurs to go and do it."
Yeah, I see that.
That's the reality.
That makes
That
sense.
genuinely is. I've got a loaded question for you, Connor. Would you trade your season right now for where Spurs are facing the final against United? This United as well.
Yeah. Because there's a chance of fucking silverware. And I was more on the way of like, we've spoken. There's the reason he ain't gone yet is because there's marked improvement. He's the first manager that's given us hope in a long time. And then I listened to Potts talk for about 5 minutes and he's made me angry towards Arteta and the teams. And now I'm just like, silverware. Give me silverware.
It's what we're in the business for. You're not in
Yeah.
the business to enjoy your league win on a Saturday 3 o'clock against Bournemouth.
But it's not the
Well,
easiest
I
decision.
think there's an argument for it because I think football fans are very guilty of that kind of entitlement, and there are clubs in England that will have that entitlement. The Man Uniteds of this world, the Cities now, the Chelseas, the Liverpool and Arsenals sit in a funny space because I think we do a lot of things right and a lot of similarities, but we have had hardships as well, and we also make our own lives harder for ourselves, and that kind of makes me scared away from the entitlement. And I always think my thing is, especially for this season, my expectation was I want us to remain competitive. It wasn't Arsenal has to come in and has to win us a trophy. I don't think I was converted to there has to be a phase or anything, but there did have to be an adjustment period of him being able to understand the squad he was working with and then look at where he would want to take the squad next. And that didn't necessarily mean that success was going to then be defined by a trophy. But I do understand that there will be other clubs, the Brightons this world, the Villas, maybe not even Newcastle anymore, but, you know, the Brentfords, the Bournemouths, that will just want to play good football, bring in good players, recruit well, get good academy prospects coming in so that they can have self-sustaining models that see them stay at the top table of football. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that model either, if I'm being completely honest with you. But when you then want to start sticking out your chest for the heritage of a club and the size of the club and the legacy and the history, ultimately you are always going to be judged about by the medals you can put on the table or the trophies you can put on the table. And that's where I think Manchester United, for as much as I think this is their banter area, bro, lad, if my banter area has brought me, how many trophies would it be in the last 10 years, Flawless? 5, am I right in saying?
Nah, in the last 10 years.
If you win this as well.
It would be 2 FA Cups, 2
Europa Leagues, and 1 League Cup as well.
And it'd be 2 League Cups. It'd be 2 League Cups.
So it'd be 6.
Yeah, it'd be 6. Yeah,
6 trophies in 10 years, and that's their banter era. Like what are we doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, that is still crazy. And I know you're not happy with that. I know you want Champions Leagues. I know you want Premier Leagues. But when you go back in time, Pot said it before, who came second in 2017? Who came second in 2013? You could go reel them all off. Yeah. Unless you're really that guy, you're not going to know. But if you ask yourself then, who won the Europa League this season, and it turns out to be, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life.
Facts, 100%, without doubt. Because you remember trophy lifts, despite your season being poor away. Even certain Premier Leagues we've won where we haven't been the greatest side. You remember winning the Premier League. People just act like every time United win the league, oh, we're sensational. What? No. We won a league and we won, I think it was 5 away games in one season. It was 2011. Won 5 league games away from home.
Mad. Does this give Amarin, if he does go on to win it, will this give him the foundation and the credit in the bank for fans. I think the board trust in and are committed regardless. But do you think the fans will then at least not necessarily cut them some slack, but give them a little bit of breathing room to go on, actually, let's see what you can do with what you need or what you think you want for this team?
Now you still get that, dude. There's no credit in the bank because you've in overdraft. You know what I'm saying? You've been in overdraft.
Okay.
So even this Europa League win, we're still in overdraft. You're just less overdraft now. You know what I'm saying? You're just at the point where, all right, we're not coming to take things from your house. You're not that type of bankrupt. You can make up the payments with this one.
You got a payment plan going on now.
Yeah. There's a payment plan. This is
Amarim's on Klarna settings, is he?
Yes.
He's got a Klarna thing set up.
We're not coming to your yard to take all your things, them. You know what I'm saying? Take your TV and your console and your stereo. No. And your laptop and MacBook and all that. None of that. Or you're still in the place. But we're not taking away from the diabolical Premier League season we've had. We're not just bypassing that. We're not just bypassing your decisions just because of the Europa League. I was going to give him time anyway, because more so I'm on the players have said this. I want these players gone first. Now, if the manager then goes after the players, I hear it. That's why the fact that there's people hammering him out now, fully understand. I have no pushback on that whatsoever. But I'm just tired of these players and don't want a new manager to come in and it's fresh starts and clean slates because most of these players have been here too long and shown us their level. But I'm hoping if he does indeed win the Europa League, which I think he will, it is a platform for him to succeed. Maybe that gives him the confidence to go do what needs to be done because he's just saying decisions he makes. Even yesterday, lineup all wrong again, and it takes to make the substitutions. How about start the better players? How about try that? Start instead of us always having to do this combat thing and remontadas and like start the better players. Stop playing players who are terrible and have been playing terrible. Drop players for poor performances. So I hope so. But yeah, there's so much pressure on him regardless of this come next season. Because this Premier League form has to improve.
It really does. Potts, are you envious of United and a little bit envious of Spurs at this moment in time?
I'm envious of the winner. To be fair, I wouldn't swap places because if I'm honest with you, bro, I don't trust my manager to win it. So I wouldn't personally trade places with the season, if you get me. I certainly wouldn't trade places with the position of both those clubs to Arsenal's club. I still think we're in a better position than them. I just feel like it's I don't know, man. I'm in a scenario at the moment which is quite tough. If I'm honest, I'm a little bit low about it all, a little bit frustrated about it all. But I just don't believe that he's good enough to get across the line. I think it'll be a disaster. I think if either of them win it, it's horrible. This is an obvious choice for me, though. Manchester United have to win. Like Spurs winning, it's not even about the fact that they get Champions League football. That don't bother me, if I'm honest, because they'll get knocked out in that. It's the fact they're going to lift something and they're going to be insufferable. Their fan base are
Deji, can you imagine Deji, bro?
Yeah.
The only parade bus going through North London is going to be white. Oh,
crazy!
It'll be horrendous, bro.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Maybe that's what Arsenal need, though. It's like a wake-up call.
I don't know, Tom. Not a lot of our fans can wake up, bruv. So,
Tom, what do you think? How do you see this final panning out?
Oh, it's going to be such a shit game. It might well be the lowest quality Europa League final you've ever seen. It's going to be two teams that cannot play more than 10 passes at a time. And yet that probably means it will be one of the most entertaining finals you've ever seen.
Littered with mistakes.
Oh, yeah. It won't be good. It'll be entertaining. Low quality, high entertainment value. And you know what? Last time we were on here, we predicted the Arsenal game. I was the only one that said PSG. And they got the job done. So I'm going to go again. Tottenham, 3-2.
Ooh.
The one thing Tottenham can do is score goals.
Yeah, and the heartbreak of the hope of that. I can just see the drama in that. Like you can watch that unfold on your timeline on Twitter. Like, you can just see the back and forth.
This is the
good thing about not being involved in it. To be fair, you know what I need to say? The United fans should be so scared about this final. Not because, oh my God, Tottenham are good. It's we cannot be the team that Tottenham break their duct over.
Yeah.
Well, when we had that Champions League final in 2019, I was scared going into that game, but it wasn't, oh my God, not Harry Kane. Human Son's going to kill us. It was, we can't lose to Tottenham. If we lose to Tottenham, there is no bounce back from that. You cannot come back from being the team that gives Ange his second season trophy at fucking Tottenham.
Awful.
No pressure. No pressure.
Can't imagine them winning it, man. I think United will win it. I think they'll stink their way again to another trophy. If I'm honest,
working for them, though, bro. So to be like, even how bad they are, Potts. Why can't they stop winning trophies?
I know. It's mad. It's mad. And the thing is, you can't even blame like who they've played because that's the way it is now. Like the Europa League is a shit competition now because they've stopped all of the Champions League teams dropping down. So now you've got Bodo Glimt in the semi-finals and Frankfurt and all this crap. But like for me, if they win it, they've won it and they deserve to win it and they'll be in the Champions League next year. So you can cry all you want, but the rules say that that's the way it is. But Europe is poor, innit? I mean, years ago it was outstanding. Now it's like the Conference League tonight is Djurgården versus Chelsea. Like, come on, man. Like, who cares about this crap competition? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just embarrassing, isn't it? Really, like Chelsea have played their like reserves to get to like
and they went through to the final. Yeah, they beat them yesterday.
Like,
didn't they?
wow, it's embarrassing, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Who else
Who
have
are
they
they
got in the
playing?
final?
Who
By the
are
way,
they- who
is
is
it
it?
Betis?
They got Betis.
Yeah, Betis. Yeah, they got.
That's a good
Anthony.
game, though. That's a. It might not be a Europa League final game, but that's a Europa League.
I'll go see, man. Anthony Dagger, man. You know what I'm saying?
Isn't it?
Anthony's about to bring out the performance of his life.
Hey, did you see
know
the free kick he bins, man? He's been balling out over there. Let's go.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean, it would be incredible if Chelsea decide to, or not decide to, but if Chelsea start losing these last couple of games of the season and then fuck up that Conference League final and are doing season number 2 in the
we're all here
Conference
for it,
League.
man. We're all here for it,
man.
We're
They're
all
going
here
to
for
do
it.
back-to-back
The
seasons in that
English
Conference League.
The English team should win that trophy every single season. Since West Ham's been in there, I know Villa didn't do it last season, but they should every
It
single
was probably
season.
harder to win when West Ham won it.
Yeah.
And Chelsea fans do my head in, you know, like, oh, we just beaten the Premier League champions. Oh, yeah. Liverpool made like 8 changes, bro.
We know,
Like,
we know
calm
what they're
down.
going to say as well, Potts, don't we? If they win that Conference League, we're the
got
first and
all-
only English team to
We've
do the
completed.
three. We've completed Europe. He's sitting there on fucking hell. So,
You have
sorry,
to
my
complete
team is
Europe
too
to
good
be
to drop
shit,
into that
man.
third-rate competition.
I mean,
You like how
you
second-rate is
complete
the insult?
Europe.
Oh, you're in a second-rate competition. We're
Yeah.
saying third-rate now. You're in the third-rate competition. I don't even know half the teams in there. We laughed.
It's
this season.
Europe's Johnston Paint Trophy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We were laughing when the draw was done. They faced a team called Noah.
Yeah,
They
shout
faced
out
a
Noah,
fella
man.
called Noah.
And an arc. Mad. Absolute madness. Lads, I need to understand now. We've got to be pretty much to the end of the season. I don't think there's going to be any real surprises now. I think that, obviously Manchester United could still pick up some silverware. Liverpool have tied up the league. Arsenal know where it's at this moment in time. I think we could put some safe votes in for who our players of the season have been. So I'm going to come around the group and get your players of the season for your team, as well as a player for the season for the Premier League. And I'll start with you, Potts. Player of the season for Arsenal. Signing of the season, I should say, really. It's who you signed at the start of the season.
Who is it? Sorry, the signing of the
Your
player?
signing of the season and the signing of the season for the Premier League.
Crikey, you're joking, aren't you? Wow. Okay. The player of the season for Arsenal, I think, has been Jurriën Timber. If I'm honest, signing of the season for Arsenal, they're all been shit apart from Mikel Marino, who started to do a little bit of stuff up top. So I'll go for him. Player of the season is Mo Salah, but signing of the season, wow. I suppose the signing of the season. But you know who I'll go with? This is a little bit out there, and this is on the spot for me, but I'm going to go with Elliot Anderson at Forest. I think he's been quality. Okay. I think he's been absolutely quality for them. He's a bit of an out there one. There's probably one that's like staring me in the face that I've forgotten about, but I will go with him because I think he's been exceptional for them. And I think Forest deserve a mention. I know that they're starting to fall off now, but they shouldn't be anywhere near there. Let's be real. No one had them coming in the top of Europe. So there's probably someone I've clearly missed, and you guys will probably make me go, of course. But I'm going to go with Elliot Anderson, yeah.
Okay. Flawless. Manchester United signing of the season. You can give us your player of the season as well if you like. And then we want to go to this player of the signing of the season for the rest of the league.
Signing of the season for us, Maserati, definitely. Even when we've been
January signing.
He was summer signing. Maserati.
Okay,
Summer signing. Just consistently, just been consistently good, man. Consistently 7 out of 10. Whether we're playing well, whether we're playing bad, anywhere in between. Whether he's playing right-sided centre back, left-sided centre back as a wing back, definitely him. Yeah, special shouts to Euro, Delit as well. They've been 2 good signings. Also, Xerxes got better as the season progressed. But I'd say Maserati for us for signing of the season. And what was the second question?
Who have you earmarked as the signing of the season for the Premier League?
Jeez, who got signed? That tells you how bad the transfers were.
I don't think it was names. A big blockbuster.
Yeah, like who was? I remember who anyone signed. Like Liverpool didn't sign no one. City fell off a cliff. Arsenal were.
The only other one I could think of was Liam Delap, because that was a really good signing from Ipswich. But I can't really think of anyone else that's been like, wow.
Who else is, hey, what's the chat saying? Surely they got names.
Chat help us out. I'm just looking now. I'm looking now as well.
Jog my memory. Because I can't think of anyone. There's no one that stands out.
Charlotte Palace has been pretty decent.
Yes, has been, but he's been decent.
So Arsenal got Calafiori, Mikel Moreno, no. That doesn't sound about right.
Yeah, Raya was he was on loan last year.
Yeah, he was alone. Okay, Sterling, Neto, Marquinhos, Tavares, they were out. There's a few outs. Villa, I think Villa are littered with signings, to be fair. They've had, Asensio came in January, Rashford came in January. You've got players like, who else? Alex Moreno's there, Lewis Dobbins there as well.
I'll be honest, your sign of the season, because I think it's not been a great one, probably Milenkovic from Forest. He was getting most people's team of the season. It's either him or Murillo. He's about the only sign that was getting into any team of the season. Okay. That to me suggests you're the best. Because like Sells was at Forest last season, so he doesn't count. Outside of that, there's not really anyone great.
I'll go with, because people have been talking about him and he has played very well. Wholesome from Bournemouth.
Yeah, good shout.
Yeah,
I'll go Wholesome from Bournemouth. I was just looking through the list now and he popped up on the list. So I'm like, yeah, I'll probably go Wholesome from Bournemouth. In regards to their best signings.
Any of Chelsea's, because they've all stunk it out. There's nobody for Chelsea. Nobody from Everton. Who's done anything for Fulham, really?
Fulham have had decency, but I think it's probably more so the players who are already there.
Yeah.
You look at.
Delap's a good shout. Delap is a good shout. Leicester didn't do anything. As I say, we had a very, very quiet window. City had a quiet window to an extent as well by their standards. United made quite a few signings, but they probably didn't have the desired impact that you wanted. I'm just looking now.
We've named 2 Forest players and an Ipswich player. Wow. That's mad, That's mad.
Yeah. I think this summer is going to be massive, though. This summer really does have to be big. Let's be honest.
That's a good shout. If Munoz gets signed in the summer?
No, Munoz has been there for a little bit longer. I think he joined in the January last season. Evan Nielsen's not been too bad, but he had that injury, didn't he? Which probably rules him out.
I don't think he's been better than Delap.
For me, it's Milenkovic.
Yeah, Milenkovic is
he probably is.
Yeah.
Is there a general consensus that Mohamed Salah has been the player of the season this year?
I think that's fair.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Apparently, some journalists were putting Bruno Fernandes as player of the year in the Premier League this year. So who knows?
You can't put anyone player of the year.
Hey man, he's got that blockbuster bid coming from Saudi, man. Makes sense.
Yeah, so Darwin Núñez, 120. I love that on Big Six. That's fucking hilarious, man. Saeed's a madman, That was so fun. How much would you take for him? 120, I reckon, and we've got a deal. He's a madman.
He's trying to broker the deal. I respect it.
Mad. He's doing up Agent Saeed, yeah. Do you know what though? And I said this off air to Connor before. All 3 of us in the January could have done with a massive market opportunity in Kvaratskhelia, or however you pronounce his name.
That's the one I wanted, man.
It's criminal that he would have taken City and put City, the fear of God, back into Liverpool, that City could be serious again going into the last 15 games of the season. He would have given Arsenal that X factor that they needed up top when he needed it most.
Yeah.
Chelsea would have had an instant bounce because someone on the wing could finally do something. United would have had somebody other than Bruno that has the fight, the desire, the tenacity to really grind out results. He improves every single side in English football, bar none, and not one sporting director, board, owners thought.
There's a steal as well, Errol. 63 million.
63
That's an
million.
absolute steal, man. We paid 65 for bloody Kai Havertz, man. 63 million is a steal. He would have walked into anyone's team, man. I think he's the best left winger in the world, if I'm honest. I
Bro,
really do. Like, I
Hands
think
down,
he's
hands
ridiculous.
down.
I mean, he's so good, man. Like I look at him and I think, oh, I know Liverpool looking at left wingers. I'm not quite sure why, really. I think you've got two that's got like 25 goals and assists, ain't you? But for me, Kvaratskhelia, that was an absolute must for Arsenal. And yeah, market opportunity, man. Marmoush as well. Those were the two. Even Asensio for Villa, he's done well. Like there was some players in January we could have got, but
Do you wish
we
you would have got
decided
Rashford now? Worst case scenario, Potts.
I just can't stand the lad, mate. I just cannot stand him.
Yeah.
I can't stand his mentality. I just think he stinks it out. But
I don't blame Potts for not wanting them. Let's bear in mind if Arsenal ended up with the injury crisis they had, at one point it would have been a Rashford, Sterling, Havertz front three.
Hey, Rashford's done well against PSG in the past.
Maybe
that's what they needed.
Are we in like pre-COVID era? Oh, best young forwards in the world. Left wing Rashford, right wing Sterling. In the number 10, it's Kai Havertz at Leverkusen. Like, come on.
Okay.
Right. There was only so much. The Sterling one's the one that they should have looked at and went, why did we even do that?
Well, that's where it comes. That ties me nicely into who's been the flop for all of your lads this season for your teams. Signing wise, who has been?
Our one's tough, isn't it? Oof.
Yeah. Tom, I know by default our sign of the season was Chiesa. But also by default, he's been the flop of the season for me, and I make no bones about it. His contribution has been
that was mad. That signing, that
little to no effect.
He looks so bad as
well.
well.
To be fair, I can say Rio Angamala was our sign of the season. He was good against Accrington Stanley.
Yes, he was, and I think he's got a very good future as well. Where I don't see a future in the same mold for Chiesa. So yeah,
ours is clear as well. It's obviously I think Conor will agree it's Raheem Sterling. But what about you, Jordan?
Raheem Sterling.
Flop of the season. The only signing I've not liked that's actually flop for us is Agate. He's the only one. The rest of the signings we've made, I'm cool with. I have no qualms with whatsoever. And even Agate is more the price than actual like him overall. If he was 30 million, I'm not complaining. But it's because he was 60.
Agate played under Amarin though. Am I right in saying, or is he?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. But it was again Agate got here before. He was here before Amarin because he was the summer signing.
Yeah, he was still.
But
you think that link up again, he would have been able to find or use him as one of the linchpins in the side.
Hasn't improved anybody. It's been terrible. It has been. But yeah, I'd say Agate.
Connor, you with Potts on Sterling being your flop of the season?
100%.
Do you give him back to? Did you sign him from Chelsea or you loaned him?
Nah, loan. We got him on loan, and Chelsea still pay half his wages? Is it?
Yeah.
To take him back, back because we got him at like 25% HP. Like, who is this guy?
No,
go away.
I just think he just wanted to be there for the vibes. If I'm being honest with you, Flawless. Do you take Sancho back?
No. Chelsea got that offer, got the 25 million obligation to take him. And that's not because I don't rate Sancho, but it's time here, like Rashford, it's time they're done at Manchester United. It's over with. It's time to. He ain't happy here. You seen what he said on Rashford's post when Rashford got that move to Villa. Get the 25 million and reinvest that in the team. They ain't taking Sancho back now.
Okay. Final question for you is, as it stands, all right, working on the premise that United, as much as it pays me, wins the Europa League, score your season.
Again. What did you say there, Errol? Say that again.
Working on the premise that United wins the Europa League, score your season out of 10 for me.
To hear that. Score the season out of 10. What if we win the Europa League?
Yeah.
It's so tough because it's such a horrible. It's such a horrible season, even with winning the Europa League. What do you rate a film that was terrible, but the ending was fine? How do you score that? Because that's how I'd look at it. It's like a film that is shocking throughout, and then the ending part is fire. You turn around and say, "Hey, that was actually a good film." But we win the Europa League, I'd say
maybe a
7.
6.
I go 7.
6, 7.
I go 7.
Give you a bid for two managers.
If we don't win the Europa League, no score, horrendous. You know what I'm saying? If we don't win the Europa League. Horrific.
Connor, score your season out of 10 for me, bro.
What, Arsenal's?
Yeah.
Give me 3 more games and then I'll score it. If we drop any lower than second.
All right. So Connor, let's say you finish. Say you
Right
finish second. What would you rate it? Let's say you finish second.
Finish second. What did I say it was before? What did I give it? Like a 7? I'll give it a 7.
7.
I've dropped lower on my
Say you
number.
finish third.
Yeah. So you finished third, Connor.
Finish third. I'm shutting down all my socials and I'm moving to Portugal, bro.
And say the 1 in 10,000, because that's apparently the math behind it. The 1 in 10,000 thing happens, and Arsenal finish outside the top 5, which is still mathematically possible.
It's never gonna that it can't. That just can't possibly happen. We can't even.
Southampton doing madness. Southampton doing
Do you know what I mean?
The thing is,
Ramsdale turns into Donnarumma.
I think it happens if Liverpool beat Arsenal, Newcastle beat Arsenal, and Southampton get a draw, and then the doors opened for teams around them to leapfrog them.
They'll beat Southampton. As much as it'd be funny if they
They'll
didn't,
have to.
We can't have that. What lower league local teams are up this way that I could go and watch next year?
Wrexham, bro. Go watch Wrexham. They're in there in the Champions League.
Go watch.
They got ambitious owners.
Yeah, they have. Tom, rate our season out of 10, lad.
It's a 10. I don't really have to say much more. I went into the season wanting third, and I left with the fucking Premier League, so it's a 10, and we didn't even sign anyone.
I know we've had this conversation. Finally, Potts, give us the unfiltered, raw, emotional truth. Arsenal's season out of 10 has been a
3.
I would generous with a 4.
3
on the basis of 3 on the basis of
we haven't won anything and we've failed in every single hurdle. If we drop outside the top 5, it's a -1.
Oh, facts.
Yeah, but you'll be in the shitty version of the Europa League now, then. So you might get.
We might win that.
You might be able to get that trophy over the line.
Yeah.
It's like for me, I really don't care if we come second or fourth. Like I really don't give a shit. Like some people do, and I respect what Connor's saying. But for me, it means exactly the same thing. Like second place gets Champions League, as does fourth, and now 5th this season.
Well, there's going to be 6 English teams in the Champions League next year. 6. That's
crazy,
a record, isn't it?
I think so. It's crazy.
It's
becoming a bit of a joke, actually. Like real talk, like overall, like in terms of Europe now, you basically just got to qualify and get in the top half of the Premier League, and you got a chance of getting into Europe. It's crazy. Yeah. Like, let's be real. Like, soon it'll be like 8 or 9 teams that are facing each other in the conference to the Champions League. That's mad, isn't it?
I mean, turn of the century, it was only top 3, and then the next 4th and 5th used to get Europa.
Yeah, it's money. So it is. They expanded
money games. It's the Super League, remapped and repackaged. But that's the world we live in. These are the times, as I say, from a cartel standpoint.
The
it's
Super
in our
League
best
with
interest.
15th place from the Premier League in it.
It's unbelievable. But it is in our best interest. We had the show the other day. I was about to do the rounds and expel Spurs from being considered the Big 6. Flawless, you must. In order for that to hold any weight, you must. Otherwise,
flawless. Let me ask you quick, before we wrap. We got me and Connor got asked if we swap our seasons. Would you swap your season right now with ours?
No, because I think we'll win the Europa League.
There you go.
I think we'll genuinely, and I'm not happy about either. The fact that they're the 2 options is a problem. But yeah, ours, because I think we'll win the Europa.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Fair. Well, that's it, guys. Ladies, it's Friday night settings. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I hope that was a little bit of therapy for you guys as well, the Arsenal fans. Flawless, man. You're in the final. Congratulations. Some level of luck is probably right to wish you, but at the same time, Arsenal.
Don't do that. Just say you want Spurs to win. You don't have to wish us no luck, man.
I want Spurs to win. I do. I want Spurs to win.
Roles reverse. If they were facing you in the final, I'd want them to win. So I get it. Trust me, I understand.
And that's the respect. I think that's the respect in it. You understand.
Absolutely understand the rivalry. Yes.
Come on. So yeah, as always, thank you. Drop a like, share on the way out. Make sure you are following these lads. Potts, tell people where you will be unwinding and unpacking this weekend's content.
So I'll be Football's 12th man Dropped a video today. Had a mad show last night on the roundabout, which was mental.
Go check it. Go check it.
Oh man,
Grab some popcorn and check that after this. Trust me.
Yeah, that was mad. And then I'll be at the studio on Sunday for the Anfield game, which I'm buzzing for. Can't wait. It's massive game, huge game. No, it's not. Of course, it's going to be a friendly, but we'll try and big up for it and get up for it as best we can. And yeah, that'll be me, man. So big up to you, man.
Big up, bro. Big up. Flawless. Let people know what you're up to over the weekend, bro.
Yeah, people, just content galore. Sarcasm City TV on YouTube, Sarcasm City TV on Playback. Subscribe to the YouTube, go follow the Playback. Schedules on both so you can see all the shows that are coming up. Back live tonight, United Chelsea show, United Spurs show, and then there's NBA playoff games tonight as well, people. So
who's your NBA
Pace
team?
is gonna upset the league.
Players. What you reckon the Pacers? Do you reckon the Pacers win again tonight?
I reckon they're gonna pull an upset. I don't want them to, but I reckon they will.
You reckon they sweep the Cavs?
I don't know why, but I think they are. They shouldn't be too up as it is. They shouldn't be too up as it is. Like
True.
I think it's done in 5. I think Pacers see it through, but I think it's done in 5. I think Cavs get one game.
5. Who do you lot think comes out of each conference?
OKC out the West.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be. You know what? I think the Knicks might get it done. You know.
You reckon the Nets come out of the East?
I think it's going to be one of the weirdest conference finals if it's the Pacers versus the Knicks, but I wouldn't be shocked if that's the way it went.
Okay.
Are we talking about another sport here? What's happening?
We are.
Yeah,
we
we're
are.
talking about NBA. Sorry.
Me and you, we tapped out a little bit there.
Yeah, sorry, you lot. It's because we went NBA side because Connor was like, who's your NBA? And I don't have an NBA team. I don't have a team of support, by the way, just to clarify.
I was like, do you reckon the Flicks or the Nakers? I was like, who the hell are these people?
Who's he play for? Tom, let people know what you're up to over the weekend, where you're watching some content, what you got going on.
You can find me at Tom1 on YouTube, Twitter, etc. I actually done 2 streams this week, so you know the subscription isn't a wasted thing now. You'll actually get the occasional bit of content. I'm mainly just talking about transfers before any of our journalists shut it down, like Kevin, and counting down the days until I get me parade, or should I say me piss off?
Multiple people. Connor, let people know what you've got going on over the weekend, lad.
Yeah, so find me at Connor AFC89 on all of them, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Over the weekend, dragging you to Anfield to go and find some fans lurking around and just get a whole bunch of content, ask some questions, hopefully just have a laugh.
Standard. Well, you heard it here, people. Yeah, me and Connor will be doing some link up outside Anfield at some point tomorrow. We'll get that over outside probably TikTok as well and Connor's socials. And then I will be back in the Redmen HQ for watch along settings. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Guard of honor settings. You never walk alone. Ringing through. This is not the dress rehearsal pots. This will be the real thing, the real deal. This is what Arteta's been getting the lads prepped for. And I will be there tuned in. And yeah, we will be cooking Arsenal quite a lot on that stream, I can imagine. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you. Big up everybody in the chat as well. Big up the panel every single time. We are the Red Cartel. Enjoy your weekend, people, and we are over and out.